You know, growing up, I always thought my mom was my biggest cheerleader. But as I got older, I began to see a different side of her support. Picture this. I'm 10 years old, dreaming big dreams, and my mom is there, saying, "You can do anything you want." But then, when I'd mention joining the school play or trying out for the soccer team, something shifted. "Are you sure that's a good idea?" she'd say. "What if it doesn't work out?" It was like she had this unshakable belief in my potential, but also this constant fear of failure that she just couldn't shake off. Fast forward a few years, I'm 15, and I find this passion for music. I was obsessed. I'd stay up late, writing songs and dreaming of being on stage. But when I told her my plan, her enthusiasm was, well, let's call it lukewarm. "Music is a tough path, sweetie," she cautioned. "You need a backup plan." As I entered high school, I met this amazing group of friends who encouraged me to try out for the talent show. I was nervous, but excited. But the moment I mentioned it to my mom, her face dropped. "What if you embarrass yourself?" she asked. "What if you don't win?" Suddenly, I found myself questioning everything. Did I really want to perform? Or did I just want to avoid that dreaded look of disappointment on her face? I practiced day and night, but with every note, I could hear her voice echoing in my head. I remember the day of the talent show. I stood backstage, heart racing, my palms sweaty. I could hear the crowd cheering for the other acts, and I just wanted to run away. But then, I took a breath, stepped out, and sang my heart out. The applause was electric. For a brief moment, I felt invincible, like I could conquer the world. But as soon as I stepped off that stage, all I could think about was my mom. Her smile was proud, but her eyes had that familiar hint of worry. It hit me hard. I had succeeded, but I still felt this weight pressing down on me. Was my victory really mine if it was always shadowed by her fears? As I graduated high school, the pressure grew. College was looming, and the big question was always, what are you going to study? I wanted to explore the arts, to dive into creative writing, but every time I voiced it, I could see her instinctive flinch. "You need a degree that'll get you a job," she'd insist. So I chose business. It was safe, it was practical. But in the back of my mind, I was constantly battling that dreamer inside me, the one who just wanted to write stories that could touch hearts. Years passed, and I found success on paper. I climbed the corporate ladder, but inside, I felt empty. Life had become a series of checkboxes, all while that creative spark flickered dimly in the background. I started to realize that my mom's fears had turned into my own, and I was the one holding myself back. It was like I was living out her dreams instead of mine. That moment of clarity hit hard. I had to break free, to redefine what success meant for me. But here's the twist. It wasn't about abandoning my mom or her love. It was about understanding that her fears came from a place of love. A love that, while protective, had also become a barrier. And maybe, just maybe, it was time for me to take control of my own story.